Right now, as Mandela Barnes and Ron Johnson are preparing for their debate tonight, we hear from two sheriffs endorsing each candidate on what they're seeing. Also, testimony in the Darrell Brooks trial continues as the prosecution calls more key witnesses. And later, how Uw-Madison is taking a proactive step toward fighting the opioid crisis. Welcome to News 3 Now. There's a calculated political push this fall to make you believe violent criminals are taking over Wisconsin. That's the message many ads backing Republican lawmakers present. But what are the people who we trust to enforce the laws actually seeing? Will Keneally spoke with two sheriffs on both sides of the aisle to find out, and he's live ahead of tonight's U.S. Senate debate in Milwaukee. Will?
So a lot of those ads show clippings of the city that you see here behind me, Milwaukee. But those elected to protect their rural communities say that they see a very different picture.
I think normal Wisconsin is not like that.
Jeff Scatcherd grew up in northeastern Wisconsin. He moved to Greene County in 1981.
I've been here ever since, in this building, coming to work.
Scatcherd is now the sheriff of a county of about 36,000 people, a fraction of the size of cities like Madison or Milwaukee.
Our main criminal activity is in our homes in Greene County, and it consists of domestic violence and child abuse. Firearms violence is virtually non-existent.
And that's similar to what they're seeing in Grant County. Gun violence isn't the issue there, but something else is.
So there's two things that we've kind of seen an increase over the last 2 years. One is the influx of fentanyl. The secondly is meth, the increase of meth.
For Sheriff Nate Dreckman, that poses a holistic challenge. He says the meth that he's seeing in the community now has a devastating mental health effect on its users.
You know, we're a jail, we're not a mental health facility. So we're dealing with these folks here. We're trying to do the best we can for them with limited resources.
But he also sees a federal fix on immigration policy.
It's directly related to the fentanyl that's coming across the border because it's permeated our drug culture in all aspects.
And that's why he's backing Republican Ron Johnson.
And I just feel that he has the best understanding of some of the needs of local rural law enforcement.
Scatcherd endorses Mandela Barnes.
And it comes down to if you trust that person or not, you know, and a lot of times it depends on what their values and what their how they see the world and how it relates to how you see the world.
So what's the sheriff's advice for voters trying to make up their mind?
You got to do your homework. You got to understand what each candidate stands for and not pay attention to the ads on either side.
It takes work on the voters' part, and we all have to do that or try to do that.
So that's the recommendation. Take a look at the candidate's record and try and tune out the flashy rhetoric on either side. So that's something to look ahead to as we look at the U.S. Senate candidates debating tonight here in Milwaukee. And reporting from just outside the debate site, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. And you can watch tonight's U.S. Senate debate at 7 o'clock on our sister channel, Television Wisconsin. That's 3.2 over the air, or Channel 14 on cable and satellite provider DirecTV. You can also see it live streamed on channel3000.com. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
Well, it's getting cooler out here, even though we have a little bit of cloud cover. Once those clouds go away tonight, those temperatures will drop off pretty rapidly. Visible cloud track shows that we had sunshine this morning, some clouds coming in this afternoon, but those are the kinds of clouds that already are starting to dissipate to our north and to our west. They're not bringing much, if any, precipitation other than a few sprinkles downwind from Lake Michigan. Yeah, it's that time of the year where you start seeing lake effect rain showers. Pretty soon there'll be lake effect snow showers in a couple of weeks. Freeze warnings in effect for all of southern Wisconsin, including Madison, Milwaukee, from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That should put an end to the growing season. Last night, 35 the low here in Madison, but it was 32 in the Dells, 20s north of the Dells, and those temperatures will probably be about 5 degrees colder tonight. Current temperatures are already in the upper 40s in Madison, still right around 50 over southwestern Wisconsin, 52 in Janesville, but zooming into Dane County, we're seeing now it's down to 47 in the town of Perry, 47 in Madison, and 48 degrees in Wanakee. Look for skies to become mostly clear overnight. Those temperatures dropping to around 40 degrees by late evening and will be even colder by morning. In fact, I'll tell you how cold it'll get in just a few minutes.
It's day 2 of testimony in the Darrell Brooks trial. He's accused of driving an SUV into the Waukesha Christmas parade last November, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more. Today, prosecutors continued to call key witnesses to the stand, including the mother of one of Brooks's children. She claims she got into an argument with Brooks on the day of the parade incident. Another witness called to the stand told the court he saw a driver in a red SUV going the wrong way down a road moments before the incident.
Do you see that person present in this courtroom here?
I do, yeah.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask that Mr. Brooks be instructed to remove his mask temporarily.
Mr. Brooks, you're instructed to take off your mask temporarily and look up, please. Thank you.
So at the time, it was a lot more dark facial hair features and longer hair as well.
The court also had to take a brief recess this morning after Brooks received his COVID-19 test results and refused to hand them to the judge. Brooks was then removed to another room, and in his test results, they came back negative. Millions of people are binging the Jeffrey Dahmer docuseries on Netflix. People who live in Portage watched parts of that story play out in person. This is some of our own footage from our TV broadcast back on November 28th of 1994. That was the day a fellow inmate beat him to death within the Portage prison walls. Dahmer was serving nearly 1,000 years in Columbia Correctional for his cannibalistic murders. It's a day that some members of the community in Portage want to forget.
And there are all these articles about why we shouldn't have the prison here, and we didn't want to be known as Portage, the prison city.
Nearly 30 years later, Portage still is remembered for its role in the end of Dahmer's life. The series is drawing more attention back to the state, and according to Netflix, people have streamed nearly 300 million hours worth of the Jeffrey Dahmer story in its second week online. Janesville police are searching for a man who tried robbing a Culver's on the city's west side last night. Authorities said the suspect drove up to the drive-through window of the Culver's on Milton Avenue around 7:20 p.m. and handed a note to a worker demanding money. Employees shut the window and the suspect drove off. Police described the suspect as a heavy-set white man driving a red 4-door Jeep with a hard top and no license plates. Anyone with information is asked to call Janesville police. The U.S. representative to the United Nations is in Madison to discuss the nation's efforts to combat global food insecurity. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield, who attended graduate school at Uw-Madison, also highlighted how her time here helped shape her 35-year diplomatic career. Today, she visited the Badger Rock Urban Farm, where she saw firsthand how Wisconsin farmers are working to strengthen local and regional food systems.
They have a solution, working with communities and teaching young people how to address food insecurity issues. So again, I feel very optimistic having met with these young people today.
Tonight, Ambassador Thomas-Greenfield will join the UW community to celebrate Alumni Park's 5th anniversary, where she will be among 11 new alumni honorees whose exhibits will be unveiled in the park. Illegal drug use certainly is not encouraged, but it's a reality any university faces. It's why UW-Madison is taking a proactive step this fall. Nicole Herzog shows us what that is. Nicole?
There are now 12 Naloxone kits in and around UW-Madison dorms. The drug can reverse an opioid overdose. Each box contains 2 doses of nasal spray, plus a face mask for CPR. Students can take Naloxone from the box for free, and police will not be notified. University Health Services will only receive a notification when the kit needs to be refilled.
Recent years with the fentanyl lacing, so fentanyl being added to, pills and other drugs, we've seen an increase in deaths, and even in Dane County, and so we just want to be really proactive.
University Health Services wants students to understand that Naloxone is safe to use, even if you aren't 100% sure that it's an opioid overdose. They also encourage students to call 911 for help with using Naloxone and to bring in paramedics if they're needed.
Nicole, thank you. B-Side Records is back open at their new location on State Street, one of downtown Madison's only remaining record shops. It faced permanent closure after nearly 40 years on the 400 block of State Street due to the J.D. McCormick development. The new space is bigger than the original store, and B-Side is once again next door to its old neighbor, Freedom Skate Shop, which reopened in a new spot at 512 State Street in March.
Turning people on to music, just by playing it in here. My favorite thing is when people ask me what's playing and then they think about buying it. I love that.
Well, the store has changed a bit with its new location. The aisles are a bit bigger now, but the owner's son says it still has a similar shape and feel to the old location. Coming up, the Coats for Kids campaign is almost over. We'll have a last-minute reminder for those still looking to donate. Plus, manufacturers from around the state gather to discuss the growing workforce shortage in their sector.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Get 10% off LG appliance packages of 3 or more pieces, plus guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store today and get ultimate discounts. Clearance items are up to 78% off. Plus, get a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Time is running out if you want to donate to the Coats for Kids campaign. Right now, 3,289 winter coats have been collected. You have until closing time tomorrow to get your coats and winter accessories to any area Clinky Cleaners. Addresses and hours can be found at channel3000.com/coatsforkids. You can also find a link to the campaign's Amazon wish list, and you can buy a coat from there. If you have any last-minute questions, all you have to do is call the number at the bottom of your screen, 608-237-1255. Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce is celebrating Manufacturing Day with a roundtable. The discussion featured members of the business community, UW-Madison College of Engineering faculty, and UW students pursuing a career in manufacturing. There, they talked about plans to deal with the workforce shortage and keeping workers in the state.
We can't let that happen, because if we let the companies recruit in other places first, then you have to ask them to stay in the state of Wisconsin. Our job is to make sure we can provide the companies with the right talent and enough of that talent so that they see this as a place where their company can be successful.
Manufacturing contributes $68 billion to the state's economy, and it employs 1 in 6 Wisconsin workers. That's the equivalent of nearly 500,000 jobs. After the break, the DNR invites young hunters to take part in one of Wisconsin's most beloved hunting traditions. Plus, a student housing co-op moves into a new location and is now expanding who can live there. And could we see temperatures below freezing tomorrow morning? Gary has the weekend forecast right after this break.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Get 10% off LG appliance packages of 3 or more pieces, plus guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event is going on now. It's time to stock up and save on a massive selection of craveable chocolates, savory trail mixes, classic candies, and gummy go-tos, all on sale. Like 1-pound bags of Blain's brand gummies, 2 for just $4. 1-pound bags of Blain's Western Trail Mix, 2 for $6. New at Blain's, 12-ounce Farm and Fleet Select Dark Chocolate Favorites, 2 for $7. Plus, this weekend only, don't miss free in-store samples of our sweet, salty, snackable selection.
Reducing prison populations is now sexy. Reducing prison populations is now sexy.
Sexy? Mandela Barnes's administration has released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists. That's not sexy. It's terrifying. And as a mother, I don't want Mandela Barnes anywhere near the Senate. From defunding our police to releasing predators, Mandela Barnes is a threat to Wisconsin families.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store today and get ultimate discounts. Clearance items are up to 78% off. Plus, get a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Nearly 7 decades of stability turned into a scramble for a group of UW-Madison students. The Zoe Bayless Co-op had no choice. They have to get out of their current home on Johnson Street by the end of the school year. After a constant stream of meetings with real estate companies, private sellers, and property tours, Tahlil Mohideen shows us the co-op's new home.
This will soon be Angela Maloney's new home. A fixer-upper her group worked hard to get.
It feels really gratifying to finally have a place set, have that burden lifted off of our shoulders.
The Zoe Bayless Co-op's new digs on Langdon Street didn't just fall into place. For months, they were worried about finding any home after UW told them the old property on Johnson Street was being torn down. In a statement to News 3 Now, University Housing told us they worked very diligently to offer alternative solutions that included year-round housing, but ultimately the cooperative chose to go in a different direction.
That offer would have made our rent prices go up significantly and reduced our capacity significantly and put us in a location that was not central to campus at all.
The UW's offer did include a 12-month lease instead of an academic year contract, making the overall price higher but less per month.
We declined that offer from the university, and then it shifted to more looking to our community.
What the co-op found was a partnership with the Madison Community Co-op, taking over as their primary sponsor.
It just so happened that they had a house they had been renovating.
Now members of Zoe Bayless say with MCC, they found stability they can rely on.
With Madison Community Cooperative, they share in the same values as Zoe Bayless, and the way that they've set things up, the only way that we would be moved out of this house is if we as a house voted that we didn't want to live here anymore.
The new building should be open for next year's fall semester, the same time the old building is set to be destroyed. UW Housing told us they thoroughly appreciated their partnership through the years and wish the Zoe Bayless Co-op the best of luck. The Wisconsin DNR is encouraging young hunters and their mentors to get out this weekend and take part in the youth deer hunt. Hunters 15 years old and younger with or without hunter education certification are eligible to participate with a mentor. Youth hunters must be accompanied accompanied by an adult 18 years of age who has received permission from the hunter's parent or guardian. For hunters younger than 12 and those who have not completed hunter education, the mentor must also be a hunter education graduate and hold a current hunting license. The DNR also recommends wearing mostly blaze orange or fluorescent pink. Well, it is going to be a chilly start to this weekend. Here's Gary with a complete look at your forecast.
Hopefully that blaze orange or fluorescent pink is a little thicker because it's going to be chilly out there, especially early tomorrow morning. Three things you need to know. Look for a widespread frost and or freeze across most of southern Wisconsin with low temperatures right around the 32-degree mark. But we'll be dry through the weekend and all the way into the first part of next week. Next chance of showers perhaps late Tuesday. And after highs get back in the upper 50s for tomorrow, look for mild weather with highs in the mid-60s Sunday and Monday and around 70 degrees for Tuesday. Freeze warnings are in effect for most of southern Wisconsin. Northern part of the state already has had their freeze and the growing season has ended there, but freeze warnings extend down to the south across parts of Illinois and Indiana. And if we take a look at the drought monitor, kind of interesting, we're okay here across much of southern Wisconsin. We've had decent amounts of rain through the summer, so the soil is still pretty good. But take a look at about the western three-quarters of the country. Just about everybody under at least abnormally dry conditions, and then areas of drought, some of that drought severe over parts of Kansas and Oklahoma, and then again across parts of central California. And the 8 to 14-day precipitation outlook calling for below normal precipitation for much of the northern and eastern portions of the country. Only the southwestern part of the country may see a little bit more precipitation than normal. Temperature is expected to remain below normal from Madison eastward. The western part of the country should be warmer than normal. As we look at weather track, you can see that trend. There's very little in the way of precipitation through much of the country, other than some showers and a few thunderstorms over the southwestern part of the country. Some of that is moisture off the Gulf of Mexico and also from the remnants of what was once Hurricane Orlean moving into the southwestern part of the country. But the upper level winds are from the north and northwest, and that doesn't bring in a lot of moisture this time of year. Just some clouds, and those will dissipate pretty quickly after sunset. High pressure is located just out to the west of us. That pretty much controls the weather across the entire upper Midwest. Temperatures right now across Wisconsin already chilling down. 47 in Madison, 41 in Rhinelander, and you see pockets of 30s showing up across north central Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan. So it's going to be a cold night tonight. Freeze warning in effect from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for our entire viewing area. Planning your night, look for clear skies, low temperature dropping to about 34 in Fitchburg, 35 in Belleville, 35 degrees in Mount Horeb. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 33 Janesville, 33 in Watertown, and a chilly 29 degrees up in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, we'll see skies mostly sunny. It'll be breezy, not quite as cool with a high temperature of 57 because winds will start to pick up out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. The 7 to 10 day forecast back to the mid-60s with dry weather for Sunday and Monday. Tuesday will be mainly dry with a high of 70, although we could see a late afternoon shower. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night into Wednesday. Then we turn colder. Another cold front comes through. We drop back into the mid-50s for Thursday and Friday, warm up a bit for Saturday, and then drop down again with temperatures in the 50s for the early part of the following week.
And coming up in sports, the Packers have touched down in London, while Aaron Rodgers says he was hoping for more of a sightseeing trip of England. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Did you know Tim Michaels said people shouldn't be openly gay in public?
But I think when you bring it out of your house and onto the public street, that's where I differ.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
This Saturday through Tuesday only, you'll get our best discounts of the whole year. Everyone gets an extra 33% off our already low Slumberland prices. October 8th through 11th, shop our wide range of mattresses and furniture, only at Slumberland Furniture.
With the right tools and a little hard work, you can do it yourself. And with the right kind of paint, you can finish the job faster. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains exceeds your expectations with products that can cover your walls in one coat. So instead of another coat of paint, you can finally get outside. One coat paint means time better spent. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains, exclusively at Menards.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and now with 2 new flavors.
The Stanley Steamer started with 1 man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
This Saturday through Tuesday only, you'll get our best discounts of the whole year. Everyone gets an extra 33% off our already low Slumberland prices. October 8th through 11th, shop our wide range of mattresses and furniture, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
You don't see your body in the same way after you go on the dance floor.
Spinning new possibilities on the dance floor. Charlotte Deleste shows you how a woman with mobility challenges is making her mark and helping others like her to experience ballroom bliss. Monday at 10.
It's been a crazy 24 hours for the Green Bay Packers. Yesterday, the team practiced, then hopped on a plane and flew across the pond to England. And when they landed, they hit the practice field to shake out their legs. Now, if you ask them what time it is or what day of the week it is, they might not know right now. But they are excited about playing in London for the first time in franchise history and wish they could stay a little longer.
We're just excited to be here, and a lot of us who love to travel, you know, we're kind of hoping for a Monday takeoff so we can enjoy, you know, some food and some culture and maybe a Premier League game. But either way, we're excited to be here, and this is not just a normal road trip, even though the coaches speak as always, hey, we're here to win a game, yada, yada, yada. This is definitely more special.
Jim Leonhard has played in and coached in 273 games in college and the NFL, but none with the role of a head coach. That changes tomorrow, so the experience and his game day duties going to be a little different. But there are a few things that will remain the same. He'll still call the plays on defense, and Bobby Ingram will still call the plays on offense. And more importantly, Leonhard is still going to be himself on the sidelines.
We want to carry on what Coach Christ had, right, as far as the messaging and what the goals of this team were. I'm going to do it my way, right? And that's the advice I got coming into coaching, right, was being genuine to who you are and what you believe in. Very, very open about that, right? How I handle the emotions, right, the messaging to the team. Like, I'm going to be true to myself.
Tonight's week 8 of the final drive. We're bringing you 5 games from across the state with conference title implications, including our game of the week, Belleville at Darlington. Remember, you can catch all the action tonight at 10. And a pair of Badger All-Americans are set to compete in the NWCA All-Star Classic. Dean Hamidi and Austin Gomez will represent Wisconsin down in Austin, Texas on November 22nd. Gomez is coming off a year where he took home outstanding wrestler honors at the Big Ten Champions, while Hamidi, in his first season at Wisconsin, posted 28-4 record. Gonna be cold outside, Gary?
Bundle up. Yeah, that's my advice. Live view from the WISC sky. Kim, you can see the sky starting to clear. It's still a little bit of cloud cover over southwestern Wisconsin, but temperatures are already in the 40s for most of southern Wisconsin. By 10 p.m., they'll be down to about 40 degrees.
Wow. Okay.
Perfect.
Bundle up. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we will see you back here at 10.